Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're just sitting out in the sun. We're under a little shade, but back there you can see the sun. So beautiful days here in the UK, lovely and sunny. A little too hot though.
It is too hot.
I'm happy, but it's a little too hot for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to continue our reading.
Canto 4, Chapter 4, Text 27.
Chapter is?
Sati quits her body.
Oh goodness. Still got a little ways to go.
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 27. Sati concentrated all her meditation on the holy lotus feet of her husband, Lord Shiva, who is the supreme spiritual master of all the world. Thus she became completely cleansed of all taints of sin and quit her body in a blazing fire by meditation on the fiery elements.
Wow.
Sati at once thought of the lotus feet of her husband, Lord Shiva, who is one of the three great personalities of Godhead in charge of the management of the material world, and simply by meditating on his lotus feet, she derived such great pleasure that she forgot everything in relationship with her body. This pleasure was certainly material because she gave up her body for another body that was also material, but by this example we can appreciate the devotee's pleasure in concentrating his mind and attention on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Vishnu or Krishna. There is such transcendental bliss in simply meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord that one can forget everything but the Lord's transcendental form. This is the perfection of yogic samadhi or ecstasy. In this verse it is stated that by such meditation she became free from all contamination. What was that contamination? The contamination was her concept of the body derived from daksha. But she forgot that bodily relationship in trance. The purport is that when one becomes free from all bodily relationships within this material world and simply places himself in the position of an eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, it is to be understood that all the contamination of his material attachment has been burned by the blazing fires of transcendental ecstasy. It is not necessary for one to manifest a blazing fire externally, for if one forgets all his bodily relationships within this material world and becomes situated in his spiritual identity, it is said that one has been freed from all material contamination by the blazing fire of yogic samadhi or ecstasy. That is the topmost perfection of yoga. If one keeps his bodily relationships within this material world and poses himself as a great yogi, he is not a bona fide yogi. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated, Yat Kirtanam Yat Smaranam. Simply by chanting the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, simply by remembering the lotus feet of Krishna, simply by offering praise to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one is immediately freed from material contamination, the material bodily concept, by the blazing fire of ecstasy. This effect takes place immediately without a second's delay. So Sati has given up her body, and she did so by thinking of her husband.
Okay. Quite sure what's meant by all that, but yeah, Srila Prabhupada seems to take that specific point about meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord. Of course, in this case it was Lord Shiva, but Prabhupada mentions about the power of the meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord. And what I took from it was it's so powerful that one could actually give up one's body and not be disturbed. So that's pretty powerful. Imagine if our concentration on the holy name and chanting the holy name was so powerful that, even if our body lit on fire, we wouldn't be disturbed. We wouldn't run around going, ah!
Oh dear. There's so many bugs here.
Okay. So, continuing, purport. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, that Sati quit her body means that she gave up within her heart her relationship with Daksha. Sri Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur also comments that since Sati is the superintendent deity of the external potency, when she quit her body, she did not get a spiritual body, but simply transferred from the body she had received from Daksha. Interesting. Other commentators also say that she immediately transferred herself into the womb of Menaka, her future mother. She gave up the body she had received from Daksha and immediately transferred herself to another, better body. But this does not mean that she got a spiritual body. Well, it's interesting points. So, first thing is that the power of Srila Prabhupada quoting all these different acharyas and what they're saying seems that there is agreement or subtle disagreement, which is not uncommon amongst great personalities. They may see things from different angles and perspectives. But what it seems to specifically mean is that when she left her body, she incarnated again. She took another body. She didn't get a spiritual body. So that we understand that she took birth as Parvati, the daughter of the Himalayas, I think it was, right? Mm-hmm. Daughter of the Himalayas, and but here it says that she was transferred to the womb of Menaka. So, yeah, I like that.
Either way, she quit.
She quit, mate. She was a quitter.
Text 28. Mm-hmm. When Sati annihilated her body in anger, there was a tumultuous roar all over the universe. Why had Sati, the wife of the most respectable demigod Lord Shiva, quit her body in such a manner? There was a tumultuous roaring all over the universe in the societies of the demigods of different planets, because Sati was the daughter of Daksha, the greatest of all kings, and the wife of Lord Shiva, the greatest of all demigods. Why did she become so angry that she gave up her body? Since she was the daughter of a great personality and wife of a great personality, she had nothing to desire, but still she gave up her body in dissatisfaction. Sadly, this is astonishing. One cannot attain complete satisfaction even if one is situated in the greatest material opulence. There is nothing Sati could not achieve either from her relationship with her father or from her relationship with the greatest of the demigods, but still for some reason she was dissatisfied. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam explains that one has to achieve real satisfaction, ya atma suprasidati, that Atma, the body, mind and soul, all become completely satisfied only if one develops devotional service to the absolute truth. Adhoksaja means the absolute truth. If one can develop his unflinching love for the transcendental supreme personality of Krishna, that can give complete satisfaction. otherwise there's no possibility of satisfaction in the material world or anywhere else.
Did yours say the Supreme Personality of Krishna?
No, Godhead. What does yours say?
Supreme Personality of Godhead, but I think you read Supreme Personality of Krishna.
I just chant Krishna's name all the time. It just comes out everywhere.
Krishna, Krishna.
Oh, you made me forget what I was going to say.
You remember? No.
Oh my days.
So you remember.
Yeah, so it's a good point that Prabhupada is making, that for Sati, she was a daughter of Daksha, and so therefore born into a family that was not in need of anything. High birth, in that sense, material birth. And then she married Lord Shiva, who is the greatest Vaishnava, and also overlooking material energy, as it were. So yet she was still a bit disturbed, and we find that it doesn't matter how much wealth, beauty, opulence you have, everyone wants more or less the same things if you're not focused on a higher path, which is like, actually we just finished teaching Bitesize. So you've got Arjuna on the battlefield. He himself is the universal world famous Arjuna at the time, and not now, but at the time he was very well known, and very well known to be world class archer and warrior and one of the Pandavas, and yet he was still pondering to Krishna, look, if I take part in this fight and I lose, I'm dead basically. But if I win, everyone else who I would want to enjoy with is gone.
Well, they're dead.
And that's the nature of the material world: high, low, left, right, inside out. Because Krishna himself created these part and parcels to connect, to interact, and we all want that, we all want that. So for Sati it was like, okay, I've got this husband, very happy, but this perfect environment we want and need or desire, and my dad, who she is her father, he doesn't go with my husband, so then that bothers you. Does that make sense? There's always some salt in the sweet rice, as it were. So Prabhupada's explaining here, therefore one who has achieved real satisfaction in life is one who understands mind, body and soul, and how we're connected to Krishna, how we take to. It doesn't mean you therefore give up the family and give up this and that, but you do purify attachments and see, you just get a higher taste. And if she was on that transcendental higher taste, then her dad having a bit of an argy-bargy with her husband would not have caused her to kill herself.
Argy-bargy.
He definitely wouldn't have caused her to kill herself, but because she's in that passionate mode, what are you going to do?
Having a bit of an onion bhaji. Argy-bargy. Okay, we'll read one more and then call it an afternoon. Text 428. When Sati annihilated her body in anger, there was a tumultuous roar all over the universe. Why had Sati, the wife of the most respectable demigod Lord Shiva, quit her body in such a manner? Purport. There was a tumultuous roaring all over the universe in the societies of the demigods of different planets. What?
That's why you have to be attentive.
Why? What happened?
Can anyone understand what's going on? I just read that. You see what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You see what I mean?
See what I mean? What do you mean? Okay, translation. Text 29. It was astonishing that Daksha, who was a Prajapati, the maintainer of all living entities, was so disrespectful to his own daughter Sati, who was not only chaste but also a great soul, that she gave up her body because of his neglect. Purport. The word anatmya is significant. Atmya means the life of the soul. So this word indicates that although Daksha appeared to be living, actually he was a dead body. Krishna. Otherwise, how could he neglect Sati, who was his own daughter? It was the duty of Daksha to look after the maintenance and comforts of all living entities, because he was situated as Prajapati, the governor of all living entities. The governor. He's the real governor. Therefore, how is it that he neglected his own daughter, who is the most exalted and chaste woman, a great soul, and who therefore deserved the most respectful treatment from her father? The death of Sati, because of her being neglected by Daksha, her father, was most astonishing to all the great demigods of the universe. Yeah, I guess it's pretty intense, when you have such a prominent person, and she's prominent in two different ways. She was the daughter of the Prajapati, Daksha, and she was the wife of Lord Shiva. And then she just offed herself. And so, everyone's like, whoa, why would she off herself? I mean, she had so much going for her. Why would she need to do that? And, but she did. So, very interesting. So, attachment, fear, and anger. Okay. Should we call it a Daisy Duke?
I think we should, yeah.
All right. Thank you all very much. Please read the Srimad Bhagavatam. Any closing words? Like.
Comment.
Subscribe.
Share.
Hare Hare.
If you will.